What's up, YouTube? It is your boy Lou from Honey Bear Tactical, back at you again with another video. This time we're going to talk about my carry gun, something that I carry every day and something that's gotten me through a lot of times when I felt not so comfortable, but I knew I had a reliable partner to watch my back. So we're going to talk about, actually no, I forgot, this isn't my carry gun anymore. So I had to put the P away. We're gonna talk about my new partner. She's pretty goddamn fly. We're gonna talk about the Staccato CS. So let's roll that intro and let's get it. All right, fam, we are back talking about the Staccato CS. Let's talk about this thing right here. Let it focus. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Let the light hit her. Look at the curves. Well, let's say look at her edges. She don't have a lot of curves. But we're talking about the Staccato CS today. And what this gun is something phenomenal, but a little controversial, and we'll talk about that. So, for those that don't know, this gun is made by Staccato. Staccato is formerly STI, changed their name and went more towards a duty tactical standard. One of the first guns they came out with was actually the Staccato P. This was their duty, you know, look at that, whew, that is so pretty, sometimes it just strikes you. It was their duty tactical gun, made for law enforcement, military, and to their credit, they are in hundreds of law enforcement agencies as an approved firearm. So robust, 4.5 to 4 inch barrel, 4.1 barrel for the early ones. Really, really robust, really there to kind of stand the test of time. A little heavy though for the everyday carrier that wasn't outside the waistband. So then they expanded the actual lineup. They came out with the Staccato C, which was a 2011, but it only used a single stack magazine. For that slimmer grip, you know, it was a compromise. So then they came out with the Staccato C2. So a smaller version of the P, more suited for EDC, a lot of people's favorite gun in the lineup. And of course they had to keep with their roots of competition, so we came up with the XL and they came out with the XC. And we know how I feel about the XL and the XC. But people kept saying, hey, the C2 is great, but you're looking at a lane where the macro and the 365s and the Hellcats and all, you know, all these other guns are now coming in at a smaller size and giving magazine capacity that was at the time unheard of. So what did Staccato do? They went back to the drawing board and said, hey, how can we make our gun that size without losing the DNA and the heritage of what we did? And out of that came the Staccato C2. The C2 has a number of changes first for the Staccato lineup. You're looking at that external extractor right there. You're looking at that barrel, and it's chamfered for a reason. And it's not just because it looked cool. This barrel design actually has flutes in it internally, as well as flutes and channels built into the rails of the gun to allow lubrication to flow, because 2011s like to be wet. But in order to do that, they designed a whole lubrication channel system to allow lubrication to, you know, move around, and also for the gun to kind of eject that dirt out. Because with tolerances as tight as this, not much getting in there. This thing is tight, like, you know, exhale tight. So, but still rock hard and solid. No wiggle to that. So they went to the drawing board and came out with dozens of patent pending innovations to make this gun a reality. And back in October of 2022, we were invited to a launch event to launch this gun. And it was a mind blower. Staccato had all types of verbiage saying per staccato only smaller. And you know, we had to put that to the test. And to their credit, they wanted us to. So we had stages set up for, I think one was a competition stage, one was a self-defense stage, and one was a long-range stage with targets out to, I think it was out to 120 for the 120 and then all the way out to 200. And this is a 3.5-inch barrel gun. And you're looking at a company saying, hey, push this thing to the limits and see what it does. Now, a lot of people said at the time, including me, that this shoots like a pig. And a lot of people on the internet went crazy. Oh my God, it can't. It's needed. You're right, it's not the same gun. But the DNA and the lineage is there. That repeatability, that comfort, that confidence knowing I can break this shot and know that I'm gonna be on target because the gun gets out my way. That's what we're talking about when they say per staccato, it's just smaller. So, now that we talked about where the gun came from, why the gun's here, how does it perform? Think of your favorite big body AMG, Mercedes-Benz, and then you shrink it down to the SL. Still got the horsepower, still can do a lot of stuff. You just can't fit kids in the back. You're like me and you have dozens of 2011 magazines. Unfortunately, they will not work with this gun. You're gonna need to get the new magazines, and till now, just because of the demand, they were really hard to get. I just got me some ordered, and it took me, I don't know how long before they finally have been up on the Staccato site, just because the demand for this gun has been so high. We're looking at wait times and everything else for this gun, and finally the magazines are available so we can stock up. But it does come with 3, and that's a benefit. So you're getting 3 magazines with the gun, and you should hopefully get more, because we always want to train, we always want to go ahead and have mags on standby and all that. What else? Let's talk about real quick the elephant in the room. Price. This gun, minus the optic, minus the light, is $2,500. I'm gonna let that sink in. I'm gonna let that marinate in your soul. $2,500. What do you get for $2,500? You get, of course, this amazing gun. You get, let's see, 3 of these mags, and you get the cool Staccato bag. We call it tactical Louis Vuitton. You come in with this bag in the gun range, everybody knows you're a connoisseur of fine things. That bag's not worth $2,500. This gun, I think this gun is though. Why is this gun worth $2,500 when there's options out there like the Macro, like the Hellcat Pro, like the new Canik MC9? All of those options are significantly less. Why is this gun worth what it's asking for? This gun is a finely crafted piece of machinery. No, it's not handmade. It is hand assembled, and it's made by machine parts that are fit together by a person, made sure they all work together, painstakingly assembled, tested, assembled again, touched by this person, touched by that person, to ensure that your gun will work perfectly every time. I know, I've been to the factory, I've met the people that make them, and they take pride in their work. But pride isn't worth $2,500, but performance is. This gun has been to classes, USPSA matches, IDPA matches, steel challenges, and everything else, and is yet to fail to perform as I expected it to. I will admit, I love my XC and I love the bigger 2011s, but this gun surprised me because it shoots above its weight class. And for $2,500, it's got a hell of a weight class. But I pick this gun up, I pull it out, I shoot it, and it's just like going back home. It gets out the way of the shooter, which is amazing in a platform this small. Yes, is it a little more recoil felt? Yes, it's a 3.5-inch barrel. But the controllability of that is, in my opinion, second to none. And I pulled a lot of triggers. Is it Comparable to, let's say, an Atlas Aries. Maybe not, but the Aries is $6,000. How about the Wilson Combat? I love this gun. I love this gun more than the Wilson Combat. Just because the repeatability, that flat tech that Staccato talks about, that return to zero, is still built in here. Remember, the DNA didn't change, just the size. So, I would put in a bunch of shooting footage in, some other stuff just to kind of see how it tracks. But if you feel like this gun is worth it to you, I definitely suggest you look into it. Because for $2,400, you're entering an ecosystem that'll give you an experience that most people only dream about in their shooting lives. So, what are the downsides? Mag compatibility. Remember, it doesn't take the same mags as other 2011s. You're also not going to walk into your local gun store probably and find Staccato CS mags on the shelf. You're not. It's going to also cost you a little more to go ahead and outfit this gun out because these mags are $59, $69. They're not $20 P mags or $15 P mags you get at the gun show. That's an unfortunate truth of it. These are high quality metal mags, and yes, these are 10-round mags. So think about living in a restricted state and had to pay for 10-round mags for $70. But pick up some mags, pick up the gun, train with it. Light capability. This is a TLR7. The TLR7 doesn't fit on it natively. I had to go out to my good friends at Tactical Development who were selling their key on my other good friend's QVO Tactical's website. When I ordered my holster, I was able to get a key to make this fit, and it looks beautiful. The optic isn't included. I put a Delta Point Pro in there because this optic fits natively. Probably going to swap it out for an EPS carry though. Just have to get a plate. Plates are going to be expensive. Plates from Staccato are going to run probably $140, $150. But the Dawson Precision plates are excellent. So again, barrier to entry might be budget. But if your budget allows it, I suggest you really look into this. Because when you compare it to other options like maybe a Glock 19, by the time you put a trigger as crisp as this, and you put all the things, undercuts and all that you're gonna have to do, stipple grips, and all this other stuff you're gonna have to do to a Glock to get it to shoot like that, what's that gonna run you anyway? So, again, that is the Staccato CS. Big thank you for Staccato for ensuring that we had this option to review. This gun was provided by Staccato. But we all know I've paid for a lot of 2011s. But this was something that Staccato thought needed to be brought out to our viewers to kind of let them see exactly what they were cooking up over the last few years to bring this out. Again, like they say, per Staccato, only smaller. It's a very compelling choice for people. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about this gun? Is it right for you? Is it not right for you? What are your concerns? What are your questions? We're at over 1,500 rounds through this gun. Let me know if you have questions about how it's running. I can tell you it's running like a top though. We want to make sure we bring quality firearms like this to every community and make sure that it's accessible for information like this to every community. Don't let the price tag stop you from investing in your safety, your security, because if this gun is 4% better than the gun you're currently carrying, is that 4% worth it? It's up to you. So, till next time.